Usually bolognese is made with ground beef, but the Italian sausage is not bad.
Did you say sausage?
I did say sausage. Here we go. Today we are doing a white bolognese, and this one's for you, Kristin. She sent me this recipe. I've done a lot of research on it, and today I'm going to take my little spin on it. A lot of people think bolognese is a tomato sauce. Bolognese is the meat sauce that happens to have tomato paste in it. Today we're going to make a white version of it with no tomatoes. A bolognese is comprised of meat, a mirepoix, which is carrot, celery, onion, and wine. And those are kind of like the main components of a bolognese, and that's what gives it its very distinct flavor. So we're going to use that formula and make a different variation out of it. For the meat, a pound of hot Italian sausage along with a quarter pound of guanciale. It's similar to pancetta and bacon. It's used from a different part of the pig. It's actually pig jowls, so it's part of the cheek. Sub in pancetta or bacon if you can't find guanciale, because I know it's tough to find. It is very fatty, so I will be cutting off quite a bit of the fat. And so once again, the mirepoix is celery, carrot, onion, and it's very standard in bolognese. A lot of these bolognese recipes I find online don't have garlic in them. Maybe it's not traditional, but to me can't go wrong with it. So I'm gonna throw in 4 cloves of that. Parsley is just here for the very end for garnish, so nothing crazy there. Bolognese is usually made with a red wine, but today I'm gonna use a white wine, and we're just gonna go ahead with a Sauvignon Blanc. To go along with our meat, I'm gonna add some mushrooms in there, 8 ounces of baby bella mushrooms, and then I have an ounce of dried porcini mushrooms. We're going to rehydrate in some warm water. We'll chop them up and throw them in. It's going to add a nice flavor profile, and we're also going to use the mushroom water to cook with too. And for my pasta choice today, I'm going to be using rigatoni. I don't think the pasta shape really matters here, but you know, rigatoni is calling my name today, so we're going to do that. For our spices, we're going to use a couple bay leaves, beef bouillon powder. I'll say that again. Beef bouillon powder, and then whole nutmeg. We're just going to grate right in there. Nutmeg goes a long way in meat sauces, in my opinion. And then we are having some cream that we're gonna put at the end to truly make it a white bolognese. So yeah, I'm excited for this. This is a brand new recipe for me. Let's pitter patter and get at her. Start off by soaking the porcini mushrooms in 3 cups of lukewarm water. Let this soak while we prep the other ingredients. So set that off to the side. Next, dice an onion, then a stalk of celery. I'm using 2 here since these stalks are very small. And then a carrot. Mirepoix is ready, set to the side. Next, remove the stems from the mushrooms and cut into thin slices. Now let's go back to the porcini. Try to squeeze them to get rid of the extra water before placing them on the cutting board, and then chop in a tiny bit. Psst, I forgot to record chopping the parsley, so make sure you do that. And lastly, we'll prep the guanciale. I did this last on purpose since you don't want to cut vegetables on a surface where raw meat was on. So a lazy Panda tip for y'all. Dice the guanciale and let's go into the stove. So preheat a Dutch oven on medium-high heat. Pour in some oil and then the snauze. Spread it out in an even layer to get maximum browning. Flip and repeat on the other side, then set off to the side. Wipe out the pot, reduce the heat to medium, and put in the guanciale. Cook until it's cooked through and begins to crisp slightly. Then increase the heat to medium-high and then go in with the mirepoix. Saute for 2 minutes until the vegetables soften lightly. Crush 4 cloves of garlic into the pot. I also went in with a good amount of black pepper to cut through all the fattiness. Stir well and then add the mushrooms with a good pinch of salt. This will help the mushrooms release their liquid faster. Cook until all the liquid from the mushrooms has evaporated, about 10 minutes in my case. Stir in 1 teaspoon of beef bouillon powder and stir well. Now you'll see a fond starting to form on the bottom, which is all the leftover ingredients that have stuck to the bottom of the pan. We're going to get this awesome flavor back into the sauce by deglazing with 1.5 cups of white wine. Scrape the bottom of the pot to get all the fond off, and then add the sausage back in. Cook this until half the liquid has evaporated, about 10 minutes. While this is happening, try to break up the sausage into small chunks using your spoon. Add in 2 cups of water along with the bay leaves, then we'll grate in about half a teaspoon of fresh nutmeg. Stir well, and we'll put in the porcini mushrooms along with 1 cup of the mushroom water. Keep the heat on medium-high and let this boil for 30 minutes, stirring occasionally. Get your pasta water boiling at this point. Remember to salt it. Once the sauce has reduced, add 1 cup of cream, or depending on how white you want the sauce. Start cooking your pasta and go for 1 minute less than package instructions. While it's cooking, pour 2 ladles of pasta water into the sauce and stir well. Now once the pasta is done, add the pasta into the sauce with the ladle of pasta water and stir well until pasta is coated by the sauce and cooked through. Add some parsley, plate it up, and garnish with some of that parm. And there we go, white bolognese. What time is it? Almost 2 o'clock, I haven't eaten yet, so. Okay. Oh, that's good. Usually bolognese is made with ground beef, but the Italian sausage is not bad.
Did you say sausage?
I didn't say sausage. Okay, so like I said, this recipe was sent in by my good friend Kristin, who happens to live across the street. She's gonna give this a shot. Welcome in, Kristin.
Top fan right here, coming in hot. Also have not eaten today, so very excited for this sausage. If I start crying, everybody just avert your eyes. Don't worry about it. I am glad I sent this to you, and thank you for inviting me over.
Absolutely.
And I'm also glad that I'm a little hungover today, because this is really hitting the spot. 10 out of 10 would eat again.
All right, that's Kristin, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's almost like a bolognese and stroganoff. Baby.
Stroganoff. Cool. Cool. That is white bolognese, everybody. What else do I say?
Join the Panda.
I love it, the Panda. Join the Panda. Oh my god. I love it. I will definitely come out with a good traditional bolognese at some point. As amazing as this is, there's, in my opinion, you can't really beat the original. So that will come out eventually, and everyone will lose their
goddamn minds.
Yes. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.